How to Rhyme, Grime and Rap. Chapter 1. Introduction. Hello and welcome to H2RGR, Volume 101. If you're here, that means you've purchased our masterclass visual set. Congratulations! In this masterclass, we'll be looking over and gaining knowledge around such areas such as: where did rap come from? Where did grime come from? What is a bar? How you can learn to write bars, styles of writing, and a bit more than that. Make sure to follow our socials on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you haven't already, make sure you've purchased a copy of our book, because it goes over things we may not in this series of classes. Every clip is at least 2 minutes. Are you ready? Then thank you for joining us. Chapter 2. The History of Hip-Hop and Rap's Origin. Hip-hop and rap emerged in the 1970s thanks to a man of Jamaican descent named DJ Kool Herc. Clive Campbell, DJ Kool Herc, was born April 16, 1955. He was a Jamaican-American DJ who is credited with helping hip-hop take its first step in the Bronx at the start of the 1970s. He is credited with throwing the first ever recognized hip-hop party in 1973 in the Bronx, New York. Inspired by his Jamaican roots and their traditions of toasting, Caribbean style of lyrical chanting, he brought these traditions to the Bronx and Queens, kickstarting the very foundations of rap music. Inspired by his younger sister, Cindy Campbell, and her yearning to earn some extra cash for school clothes, DJ Kool Herc would throw one of the best parties in history yet. Campbell started to primarily utilize the instrumental portion of the record, which emphasized the drum beat, also known as the break, continuing to switch from one break to another. Using the same 2-turntable setup of disco DJs, he used 2 copies of the same record to exaggerate and elongate the break. This breakbeat form of DJing used funky drum solos, formed the basis of hip-hop music. Campbell's announcements and exhortations to dancers helped lead to the syncopated, rhythmically spoken accompaniment now known as rapping. He initially called the technique the merry-go-round, but it came to be called breakbeat DJing, and its sound would spawn an entirely new culture. Busy at the turntables, he eventually turned the mic over to Coke La Rock, who is sometimes even credited as being the first ever hip-hop MC. Chapter 3. The History of Grime's Origins. Grime was born and raised in London in the early 2000s, pioneered strongly by a man named Wiley through the invention of Esky beats. Richard Kalia Cowie Jr., aka Wiley, was born on the 19th of January 1979 in London. Known in his early career as Wiley Cat, a British MC and producer from Bow, East London, he has been heavily regarded as a key figure in the creation of grime music, seeing him often labelled as the godfather of grime. Grime is a subgenre of electronic dance music that emerged in London in the early 2000s. It developed out of earlier UK electronic music styles, including UK garage and jungle, drawing influence from dancehall, ragga, and hip-hop. The style is categorized by rapid, syncopated breakbeats, generally around 140 beats per minute. Rapping is also a significant element of the style, and lyrics often revolve around gritty depictions of urban life. The style initially spread among pirate radio stations such as Rinse FM and underground scene events before achieving some mainstream recognition in the UK during the mid-2000s through rising artists of the genre. Considered a pioneer in the British underground music scene, with an overwhelming amount of work rate as a versatile music artist with many crossover hits, Wiley has always had a strong presence in the grime scene. His music has often influenced the up-and-coming MCs and producers in grime, and he was a major factor at the early career stages of several UK stars, such as Dizzy Rascal, Tinchy Stryder, Getz, Chip, and more. Chapter 4. What is a bar? Example of counting a bar. Example of 4-bar. In our 101 context, a bar is an urban developed term for a lyric, derived from within early underground rap culture. More precisely, a lyric with a set of writing skills attached to it. Example of counting a bar in musical production. Tapping 1, 2, 3, 4 in a decided rhythm, speeding up or slowing down to your desire of or required pace. Here is an example of a grime 4-bar for reference. Forget the reload, see bro, these flows, leveling. Conclusion. What does it mean? In comparison, the time used to recite your first line on a grime tempo compared to a rap tempo is almost, if not completely, cut in half, leaving a much smaller window for your first sentence to be said and quicker pace of rhythm to adapt to. This usually results in a use of shorter sentences and a fluctuation of contrasting flows and patterns. Rapping, also known as rhyming, spitting, MCing, or MCing, is a musical art form of vocal projection using rhyming, rhythmic speech, and street patter, which is performed in a variety of ways, usually over a backing beat or musical instrument. The components of rap include content, flow, and delivery. Traditional grime was usually accompanied by a garage-like backbeat. This has evolved with time, giving us many subgenres and different styles of grime music. Still, the songs are generally fast-paced and again, skillfully rapped over. Stormzy is one of the most recent influential names in grime, having won the Best Grime Act 2 times at the MOBO Awards in 2015 and 2017. Rap, hip-hop and grime make up a big chunk of the UK music market, and with new talent emerging in this market almost every day, we really cannot wait to see what's next. Chapter 5. Different types of bar set templates and patterns. What is a template? What is a pattern? What is a template? A template is a preset format that serves as a model for others to copy. What is a pattern? A pattern is a created, recognizable design, usually recurring. Template examples and what they're used for. 7 of the most common bar writing templates and patterns in grime music are 4-bar. A 4-bar is a pattern of 4 sentences, lyrics, or rather better put, phrases, making up a quarter of a verse. 8-bar. An 8-bar is a pattern of 8 phrases, making up a half of a verse. 16-bar. A 16-bar is a pattern of 16 phrases, making a whole verse. 24-bar. 24 bars is a pattern of 24 phrases, making a verse and a half. 32-bar. 32 bars is a pattern of 32 phrases, making 2 back-to-back verses, or an elongated single verse. 48 bars. A 48 bar is a pattern of 48 phrases, 3 back-to-back verses. 96 bars. 96 bars is a pattern of 96 phrases, making 6 back-to-back verses. As you can tell already, the pattern and number of bars goes up in sets of 4, although it's not unknown for artists to stray from these rules. What are these used for? A 4-bar is generally used in a rally of 10 or more people, a rally being a circle of people taking turns to rap. An 8-bar is generally used in rallies for hooks and anywhere the artist deems necessary in their writing. A 16-bar is generally used for rallies, single verses, and track and song recording. A 32-bar is generally used for rallies, single verses, and track and song recording. 48 bars is generally used for consecutive multiple burst verses and track and song recording. 96 bars is generally used for consecutive multiple burst verses and track and song recording. Chapter 6. Different genres of writing and different types of rhyming for writing. 2 genres to begin with: descriptive and emotive. You will want to capture descriptive and emotive writing while playing on comparisons and contrasts between words, phrases, and themes. This is one of the fundamental features of grime. A lot of rhyming, grime, and rapping rests on the skills that one can portray in the skills of comparison and contrast in words, items, and places, etc. The initial goal for a descriptive piece of writing is not simply to describe a particular object, place, person, or situation, but to make your reader see and feel what you are putting on paper. Use basic adjectives and adverbs to expand the picture you are painting in the audience's mind. 101 Mono-rhyming. A single, blunt word rhyming at the end of phrases, lines, and bars, usually ending with similar spelling, i.e., end rhymes. Example of using end rhymes in a mono-rhyming 4-bar. Sup, drink my cup, the bank money up, big dog, can't be a pup. 101 Perfect rhyming. Rhyming whole words with completely different letters in each word. Example of perfect rhyming in a mono-rhyming 4-bar. Cat, I Gucci the hat, stop begging it. Shelling, I'm egging it. 101 Identical rhyming. This is rhyming a word with itself, but often refers to a different meaning. Example of an identical rhyming 4-bar. Wait for the bar. I got the taste for the bar. On code, bro. Drop me a bar, and I'm raising the bar. 101 Double sentence rhyming. Have a blunt word that rhymes in 2 sentences with ending rhyme implemented. Internal rhyming. Example of DS rhyming in a 4-bar. Jump, chump, it's sticky. Widder bumps, lumps, it's silly. I'll adjust, just. Don't really. Reckon you're on Tekken lyrically. Zimmy. 101 Breakdown rhyming. 3-word statement. TWS rhyming. Have a sentence that ends in a statement of 3 words, implementing either repetition or double sentence rhyming for a 4-bar. Example of 3-word statement, TWS rhyming, with repetition implemented in a 4-bar. Lighter, didn't you know? Fire, didn't you know? Higher, didn't you know? I'm taking everything, didn't you know? 101 Syllable rhyming. Start sentences to preference introducing rhyming syllables, being double mono-rhyming. Use a word with 2 to 3 phonic sounds in each line. Example of a single syllable, double mono-rhyming 4-bar. Lyrically bolo. They're saying I'm typically loco, though given, yo spinning them bozos, kicking up wins and giddily solo. Chapter 7. Sounds and gimmicks for writing. What are and when to use sounds and gimmicks. A gimmick is a trick or device intended to attract attention, publicity, or trade. A gimmick can also represent a signature action and/or sound of an artist. You know, that catchy thing your favorite artist is always doing on or off track. All in all, the aim with sounds and gimmicks is to stand out that little bit extra to draw in the attention of your audience. 101 Use of sounds in repetitional patterns. Best in a clear and easy tempo, if not slow. Example of a sound being used with a repetitive pattern in a 4-bar. Repeat these 4 bars consecutively for energy and hype building. Wait, wah. Better than me, wah. Could never be, wah. Hold on please, wah. 101 Repetition. Repeat a word at the start or at the end of every sentence. When done correctly, ending rhymes can vary. Examples of a repetitional 4-bar. Ooh, why cap? Ooh, why chat? Ooh, why lie? Ooh, I'm back. 101. Making ending rhymes an ad-lib or buzzword in repetition. Example of ad-lib or buzzwords being used in repetition for a 4-bar. This one's hyper. Gimme that hyper. Energy hyper. Hyper, hyper. Chapter 8. Producer play. Music producers play a critical role in the industry. They oversee the entire process of music making, and without them, quality recordings would not get made. Producers are important to the industry, investors in the businesses, artists, and the audiences that buy the music. Music producers are able to input and implement important factors such as frequencies, pitch, sound patterns, select noises, and so much more. Their practice, when effective, is in synergy with the artist's music. In short, a painter needs a brush and a brush needs paper. If you can learn about how producers work, then you will have a greater understanding of how to create and perform effectively, both alone and in conjunction with other professionals in the industry. Introducing melodies and semi-singing. What is a melody? Melody is a Greek origin word for singing or chanting, which we can sometimes interchange with tune, voice, or line. A melody is a linear succession of musical tones that the listener perceives as a single entity. In its most basic sense, a melody is a combination of pitch, rhythm, and duration. Melodies often consist of one or more musical phrases or motifs, revolving around pitch and duration. 101 Ending sentences with single set melody, tune, tone, broadening, distending, and dragging the sounds of words to assimilate singing. Example of a melody being used in effect for a 4-bar. Let me show your moves. Winning, I do as I choose. Ducking that goose. I'm fresher than ever, so ooh. 101. Ending sentences with double set melody, words being stretched. Example of a double set melody for a 4-bar. Dineer, hunting, hint that I'm a winneer. The way I never give up, drillier. Chapter 9. 101 Techniques to Kickstart Writing Your Bars. It's best to always start with a topic or theme if you can think of one. Though some people may start naturally or instinctively, you can draw from newly found inspirations to help. Remember, how far you can, will, and do go is all up to you. Similes, comparing things using the words like and as. It's okay to hypothetically enjoy using specifically just one of the repetition, adjectives, metaphors, and simile skills above. However, could you use 2 at the same time? Maybe 3? Can you reenact those skills in another piece of written work? Repetition, consonants. Repeating a word. Adjectives, describing words. Metaphors, using a word or phrase to be applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. Chapter 10. 100 plus. What to implement and when to implement it. Key skill set for writing. How to perform it. Tips on performing your written material for in private and public. 1. Know your audience. Obtain knowledge of other people's tastes. If you are trying to showcase your skills, know where and how to showcase them. 2. Emphasize on what you are trying to get across. A rhyme. Use repetition. A message. Use adjectives, etc. 3. Emphasis on your tone of voice for how you wish to come across. Happy. Attempt to sound light-hearted and enjoying the moment. Sad. Attempt to keep a low voice, not putting pressure on the bass. Angry. Attempt to sound dominant with a loud presence. Humble, clear, etc. 4. Naturally be yourself to yourself. Pretending to be something you're not may not feel right nor follow with good critique. 5. Focus. Try to avoid possible distractions if easily done so. This also helps with the above areas. One practice is to close your eyes and imagine you're rewriting the words as you say them aloud. 6. Make use of the space around you. If you have a crowd, make eye contact. Show them you want them to be there and you are performing to them for a reason. Move around, even if it's walking from side to side in rhythm. Your body language could be the reason you have a stiff performance. Well, it's been a pleasure being with you all today. Thank you for joining us at H2RGR 101. We thank you for your love and support, and we love immensely the fact that we could help support your journey. It's been an honor to be among such accomplished individuals and to be able to present things trialed and tested before you all. We've gone over in this masterclass: where did rap come from? Where did grime come from? What is a bar? How you can learn to write bars, styles of writing, and a bit more than that. Make sure you grab your merchandise on the way out, follow up on our socials, and drop us a message with a picture of your stories and success. Well done, and goodbye. How to write your first 4-bar, 5101 techniques. Hi, and welcome to How to Rhyme, Grime and Rap Masterclass. Here, we dive right into how-to techniques. Remember, try to use no more than 3 to 6 words. Excellent, let's go to it. Lesson 1. With a pen and paper, let's warm up. The first line is always as easy as ABC, and so for us, that's exactly what it's going to be. Look, easy as ABC. What's yours? Great. For your second line, think of words that rhyme with your last word or even sound, e.g. see, warm up, jump in the sea. Pause here if you need some time. Great. For your third line, describe your second line, e.g. monster asleep in the deep end. Pause here if you need some time. Brilliant. Final line now. Can you think of something that connects all 3 lines? Amazing. Now, top it up with an ending rhyme. Look easy as ABC. Warm up, jump in the sea. Monsters asleep in the deep end. It's home to the waviest beasts. Hey, that came out amazing. Let's hear yours. Truly wonderful. And remember, you can use our out-of-video tips to help you upscale. Lesson 2. With a pen and paper, name something you like and then compare it in similarity to yourself. We're going to go with knowledge in a book. What will you go with? Pause here if you need some time. That's great. Now, let's use that first line and compare the thing we like to something else for our second, e.g., fresher than porridge and the cook. Like how we kept the chain going. Pause here if you need some time. Fantastic. In your third line, tell the listener your thoughts on the last 2 lines, e.g., oi, come and take a look. Pause here if you need some time. That's brilliant. Final line now. Can you answer why to your last line? Why should the listener listen to your thoughts? And don't forget the end rhyme. Knowledge in a book, fresher than porridge and the cook. Oi, come and take a look. Only giving it everything it took. A nice bit of content developed, right? Can we hear yours? Wow, I knew you had it in you. For reminders, remember, you can use our out-of-video tips to help you upscale. Lesson 3. With a pen and paper, think of a single place, a single item, a single thought, and capture it. Ours was life. Pause here if you need some time. Great. Now, how can we use this word in a single short phrase? E.g., I love my life. Pause here if you need some time. Great. In the second line, question your topic. E.g., is it real? Can I wonder? Pause here if you need some time. Fantastic. Now, for your third line, what rhymes with your first line? E.g., for us, it's wife. I might ask the wife. Pause here if you need some time. Great. Final line now. How can you use or combine the path of these 3 lines into a last one? E.g., love, life, wonder, thought. I love my life. Is real. Can I wonder? I might ask the wife and remind her I love her. How do you think we did? Let's hear yours. This must be more than beginner's luck. Remember, you can use our out-of-video tips to help you upscale. Lesson 4. With a pen and paper, come up with an idea for a song. What do you want to write about? Pause here if you need some time. That's great. Now, let's use that as a topic and generate that all-important first line. Ours was London. How can you use your topic in your line, e.g., living in London? Pause here if you need some time. Great. In the second line, describe your topic, e.g., London's windy. Pause here if you need some time. Fantastic. In your third line, think of something that relates to your topic, e.g., clouds. But why stress when it's cloudy? Pause here if you need some time. Brilliant. Final line now. How can you use everything you've got together? Get imaginative and original, e.g., people of London plus windy for us equals uplifting. Living in London. London's windy, but why stress when it's cloudy? The way it uplifts me. Our favourite so far, I think. Can we hear yours? I think you've shredded the door that is writer's block there. And remember, you can use our out-of-video tips to help you upscale. Lesson 5. This one's a bit more tricky as you're left to your own devices. So, with a pen and paper, what are you doing right now? Us, we're teaching. Pause here if you need some time. That's great. Now, let's use that and generate that all-important first line, e.g., never too young to be teaching. Pause here if you need some time. That's great. In the second line, think of a comparison between two different things, e.g., hot like Spain in the evening. Fantastic. With your third line, tell the listener with the original first point what you plan to be doing later, e.g., locked in, leading. Pause here if you need some time. Brilliant. Now, on to the very final line now. With your final, think of something that the listener should be doing, not forgetting that all-important end rhyme. Pause here if you need some time. Never too young to be teaching. Hot like Spain in the evening. Locked in, leading. This right here, I'd believe in. And we believe in you. Can we hear your final 4-bar? Such a smart cookie. I like your style. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're definitely an 11 to us. Well, that concludes our How to Rhyme, Grime and Rap masterclass techniques. We hope you've enjoyed every minute and kickstarted some amazing stuff. Although we're saying bye, this is just the start of our journey together. Big heart pop-up. Thank you.